Of course, once you have that label, you believe it is hopeless and nothing can be done.
I'm constantly looking at life every day and people. So it is my point of view, but from that character. I'm discovering this character. How does he feel about things? It's my instincts, but I don't personally kind of re-stimulate painful experiences. I have found personally that it's made it difficult for me to not be there in the moment for myself, that the availability of emotion is greater for me when I've created it. I am the character, and I'm there in the moment, and whatever happens, happens. It's more available, and I create everything to get myself to the point where I am that character, and I don't invalidate whatever choice or impulse that I have on a scene, whatever it is. I'm tired. Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, I never thought it's kind of this thing I've never thought of this point of view, but I'm going to just go with it and see what happens. And then from that comes energy, from that, because you're creating it.
It is for use. It can turn around anyone's education difficulties and change one's life. It's applicable to people at every level of society, every nationality, every age. I'm not just a promoter of study technology. I am not just a believer in study technology. I use this technology each and every day in my life, at my work, with my children, in every area of life. And I am proof of what study technology can accomplish. And because of that, nothing drives me more than my desire to help the world's youth to obtain what I didn't have so they can realize their dreams. I went to a dozen different schools throughout America and Canada when I was growing up. I had been diagnosed with a false label, dyslexia. With that, I had been told I had a learning disorder. Of course, once you have that label, you believe it is hopeless and nothing can be done. So one day, I went and had a lesson. And after one day, I gave it up. I couldn't do it. I thought, I'm dyslexic. Damn this dyslexia. Gotta figure this out. I tried everything. Different tutor groups, different speed reading courses. I hired people to come in and read with me. But shortly after that, I discovered the study technology. Now, I am a licensed pilot. I have my own film company. I own and run 3 companies. And I continue to act in movies in addition to all that. And I learn every single day. Because of what the study tech did for me, I started helping others. Now my mission is to make study technology available for everyone who wants to reach for any group, any person, any teacher, any mentor, any parent, every child, anyone. Because there are solutions outside of frustration, anger, or just take a pill. Education is the key.
I just love working with McHugh, and the way that he approached this, he said, I'm going to honor Mission Impossible, and I'm going to direct this like I'm another director, and he did it. He really, the visual style is different. It still has his, I think it has his bold sensibility of storytelling, kind of. Mission is a tougher mission, it's not less entertaining, but it's just got, I think we just pulled out all the stops. As I said, all the missions have led to this one, and McHugh, he's a very elegant filmmaker, and he's a classic filmmaker. I love his wit. I love the toughness of the movie and the characters, and it's just a beautiful movie. I can't wait for eyes to see it. I'm so proud of my friend, and when I look at the movie I'm going through, I'm like, he really is just enormously talented, and it's always such a joy to work with him. He's a guy who's a world creator, a true visionary. And what I mean by that is you just look at the example. When I went and I saw in post some stuff on Tron, and he shared with me the story that his next film. And I think when the audience sees the story, it just has amazing twists all the way up until the final frame. And then he took me through the world that he was going to create.
I am honored to have worked with all of them. Rather true creative geniuses, legends in their own time. And to me, that is what this particular award represents. For while it bears Kubrick's name, what I experienced from him is the hallmark of every great director I've been so honored to work with. So it's the recognition of the magnificent power that films possess to effect positive change in the world. Whether desiring it or not, every artist inherits this same responsibility. So while there are many ways of gauging success in any field of artistic endeavor, the true test comes within oneself and one's own responsibility to those for whom he works, to those on whom he depends. And in the world of filmmaking, that is, of course, the audience. So while I have had the great fortune, the very, very great fortune of having a successful career where I could live my dreams, it is my hope in doing so that my work may, in turn, inspire others to dream. That's also why I am humbled to be honored.
I think of those people there on opening weekend, and I want to thrill them. I want them to have the greatest time. You know, whatever it's like, if I'm making them sit on the edge of their seat or whatever it is, whatever film that I'm making, I can't do anything halfway. I feel, I truly, like in my core of that, it's a privilege what I get to do. I love making movies, and because I love watching movies and to be able to entertain people, and that's what I think about. That's what I think about. When I'm hanging from that helicopter and it's freezing weather and I've got to let go of that rope, you know, it's exhilarating, I enjoy it, you know, don't get me wrong. It's something that it's also can be quite, you know, it's an adrenaline rush, it's nerve-wracking, at times very and stressful. But I am thinking about that audience. I'm thinking about that shot and thinking about what it's going to be like on the big screen for them. And that's what I want. And when I make a film, I'm not thinking about movies in terms of opening weekend, or that I'm trying to make it in a classic manner, or give it the highest level of quality, you know, that, you know, those movies that you and I look at that were made before that we can't help ourselves.
You have a voice as an artist. It's just getting your own confidence. And you find it just by doing it. And when you're playing that character, that is your character, and your instincts on the character are your instincts on that character. And we're constantly looking at life. What is it? What is it? Where are we? You know, look how interesting. Look at different cultures, different beliefs. You know, how do they come to that? How do I feel about that? What do I think? It is a daily adventure. You have your voice. It's there. Just do it. Do it, do it, do it. Create. You know, don't let anyone stop you from being creative. You do it, and that confidence will come. That's why I say, you know, people, there's no right way to do it. You know, there's no right way. You do have your voice. It's there. Where do I go to the well? When I get to that place, you know, where it's just not happening, I go for a walk, first of all, and I look around. I just take it from the point of view of the character. I say, it ain't happening. So from that, I go, well, that's interesting, and then I kind of explore that. That's not happening. I feel whatever, you know, just